Hi.
Nope.
Hi, Kelly.
Long time no see. Not that you can see me right now, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean. How are you doing, Judy?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm so excited to hear. I mean, we can say the news because it's not new news now, but
Right.
Amber Glenn won
Woo!
Cup of China. That was such a surprise.
Two
Yeah.
years in a
I mean,
row.
yeah, she's getting her groove back again. Yeah, the
Yes.
US ladies, they're so impressive. It's just going to be so hard to choose who goes to the Olympics then.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness. I have so many thoughts, Judy. I'm so glad we get to talk today. I've been like
yeah.
saving them all. I think I told you, but like last season I tried to make a video every competition, like recapping. I thought it was a good one for Cranberry Cup, and US figure skating shot it down. Like I had already had 1,000 views. It was doing
Oh.
well. And so after that, I was like, you know what? Whatever. I
So
still love skating.
what was the problem? Why did it
Well,
get taken
okay,
down?
it is my fault. I put little short clips of the skating, but there was no music. It was very short. I wasn't showing full programs or anything.
Mhm.
And I was talking about skating, but that's what got it taken down. But I'm just like, really, USFS of everyone. I'm not making any money on the video?
Yeah, it's
So,
supposed to help because how are
yeah,
people supposed to become skate fans and want to skate
right.
when you don't see it? You can't see it. And I'm so frustrated because I wanted to find Amber Glen's free skate and
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing on YouTube. People are
No,
frustrated. They're like, okay, NPC put up Alyssa's free skate, but not
please.
the winners. And so apparently, maybe it's because of, well, it can't be because of the music, because I subscribe to Peacock. So I logged into Peacock and
Yeah.
I can see her skating, but they removed the music already. So it's such a bummer. It really decreases the enjoyment. Yeah. I
And what
mean,
are they so worried about? I mean, I know you're a lawyer on in real life, but on your other channel, is it just lawsuits for music copyright, that type of thing? Is that what we think it is?
yeah, it's got to be.
Okay,
But I still don't know why they can't at least show Amber skating even
right.
without music, because it seems like a real insult for
Yeah.
Amber. She's the winner. So
Yes.
where's her glory? How are people
Yeah.
supposed to know? So I did Google, and thankfully they did put a little snippet of her triple axel here on
Oh,
Facebook for people.
breadcrumbs, eh?
I know. It's like, come on, how are you supposed to get people to be interested when it's so hard to figure out how to watch skating live? And
Exactly.
people don't know who these so-called skating stars are. Yeah.
Right. And
So
we want
I'm
to grow the
afraid.
sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm afraid to show this because it'll probably get we'll get a
Oh,
copyright claim or strike or something. So if you
right.
go to Facebook, ISU Figure Skating has a
Mhm.
page where you can see this 13-second clip of Amber doing her triple axel. Yay.
It was beautiful though. I watched both the short program and long program. She is so locked in for that triple axel now.
Mhm.
The free program one was gorgeous. And you know what I was thinking about? I'm like, because I'm thinking, okay, how can we? Because for Amber, so she's going to the Olympics, in my opinion, barring like some major meltdowns in the next few competitions. She's on the team, and
Mhm.
but she's right on the cusp, right? Because she gets like that 214, 215. In my opinion, you need like 220 plus to be on the podium. I mean,
Oh.
maybe if other people melt down, she could. But I was wondering, do you think she could ever tack a triple toe at the end of the triple axel? Or I think she doesn't
I
get
don't
enough running edge. Huh.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but did you hear that girl from Australia? She did a
Hannah
triple
Beth.
axel. Yeah, triple axel. I've never
Oh,
even heard of this girl before.
me
How old
neither.
do you think she is? Like
I think
15
she's like,
or 14?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's incredible that, she has so much height and everything was perfect. It wasn't some sort of little eked out, cheated type of jump. It was huge. Triple axel, triple toe. on the
Oh,
Junior Grand Prix.
but not just
Yeah.
that, the quality was so I literally gasped. Like,
Hmm.
these days we see so many amazing elements. That's rare, right? When I saw her
Yeah.
lock and load, I was like, what in the world? Like the amplitude on both jumps, the distance, it was so beautiful. I really hope she can perform that, for years to come, even in seniors, because that is so amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And she doesn't look like a totally wayfish type of
No.
little kid. So I think
Yeah.
she'll keep her jumps. I think she can keep it as she
Yeah.
grows. Yeah.
I agree. Well,
Mhm.
Judy, one other thing before we get too into the nitty-gritty of each individual skater, what are your thoughts? I mean, I remember after Worlds last spring, it felt like it would be forever for the Olympic season. I just remember being like, oh man, I want
Mhm.
skating to come back. But what are
Yeah.
your thoughts? I mean, we've had a number of international competitions. We're at the second week of Grand Prix. How are you feeling about the season?
Oh, I'm so excited because, like, to see these skaters that us crazy skate fans have become invested in, like for example, Tomoki Hiwatashi, I couldn't believe how well he skated. So finally, you see him looking so thrilled and pumped and
Yes,
happy instead of
yes.
like this down, crestfallen, sad puppy look that we came to see from him all the time. I mean, so I think him switching to being coached in Japan has really paid off because he's surrounded by so many top Japanese skaters. So it's really helped his technique and his stamina and stuff because usually Tomoki would come out blazing and he looked so unfinished and sloppy. But they finally, kind of polished him up and got his technique better. So his quad
Yes.
toe, triple toe seems to be very reliable, the triple axle. And he's always been very, should you say, very much the showman. So I think that's great that he seems to be having his skating resurgence during this right time.
Yeah, I agree. But on the flip side, Andrew Torgashev, oh my goodness, like he needs whoever Amber Glenn went to, like let's get him into that doctor ASAP because I feel like it's just mental. I remember being so excited. He had such a strong beginning of the season last year, and then that meltdown at Worlds was like it was sad, really. But
Yeah.
he started off weird again this season. I was like, what is
Mhm.
going on?
Yeah, it's like, why does he keep burying himself in the short program? I
Hmm.
mean, he's a gorgeous skater, really great skating skills, and he's good at performing. He has great technique, but I think he just, some people just can't compete as well, which is sad,
Yeah.
because people are saying like he should be on the Olympic team, but with
Hmm.
Tomoki skating so well, and then Jason Brown has done well so far.
Oh,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, how did he do? He competed in some
very well.
competition
I think he
in
got 250 something or 260. So he's going to be the
wow.
second person, and then
Oh,
it's a fight for
hmm,
the third, in my opinion. Who knows? But
hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
the judges love Jason because of the quality of his skating. So, you know, I guess we can't keep saying that he should retire because he still keeps winning medals and getting points, racking up points for his quality. Yeah.
yeah, he got 257 at the Dennis 10 Memorial.
Oh, okay.
257.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, I mean, how did his triple axles look? Do you think they're pretty consistent again?
Yeah, they looked
Mhm.
decent. I can't recall if they were all perfect. I don't think they were perfect, but I don't think
Mhm.
he fell.
Mhm.
I do remember maybe one or two under rotations, but I mean, again, the quality is just so high that it's hard
Mhm.
it's hard for others to catch up who are similar tech-wise, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, speaking of tech, did you notice Jacob Sanchez at Cup of
Yeah.
China? Yeah, so I was so impressed too because when even when you watch him on a computer, the height he gets on his jumps is just so incredible. So, he seemed very thrilled with his skates, even though he doesn't attempt a quad either.
I
So,
know.
yeah, what did you think
Which is
of his
weird.
skating?
No, I agree. I really like him. He's so athletic. I would describe him like he could do any sport, in my opinion. And I
Yeah.
believe I read an interview he was interested in other sports, but somehow, stuck with skating. So I think that, for him, it is, but I do think he'll need that higher tech though. He doesn't strike me as heavily artistic, but I do think he has some beautiful skating, very nice edge work, and yeah, I think he's an exciting skater. I agree with you. He gets a lot of like height on his jumps and just looks very strong. So I'll be excited to see kind of what the future holds for him. I don't think it's going to be this season though. He kind of reminds me
Yeah.
of like a Sarah Everhart. We're really going to
Yeah.
see them step up next quad,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, where people are just waiting for them to take over the next quad, next Olympic cycle. Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
yeah, and then of course Ilya, nobody can
Uh,
touch him. Yeah, so
he's
it's
untouchable now.
incredible. Huh?
It's
What'd you
crazy.
say?
He's untouchable now because like it's literally Ilya plus everyone else. Like I don't even see Yuma necessarily getting close to him. I think Ilya
Mhm,
has increased his artistry. Like he's an artist now on the ice. Say what you will
mhm,
about his edge work and things. I know he gets a lot of flack for not super deep edges, but he is a virtuoso or he's just insanely good at ice skating. I don't think we'll see someone like him because I remember the lead up to 2022. It wasn't for sure that Nathan would win, despite him having won the worlds and stuff. And maybe if Yuzuru were skating today, that would be the case too for Ilya. But I just think
mhm.
Ilya's in his own ballpark. Like it'll be hard for anyone to beat him.
Yeah. I mean, unless he has just some freak, you know,
Right.
bunch of nerves and then messes up, which happened years ago. But these days, he seems to be very, very consistent.
He does, and I quite like. He got a lot of flack for his free program. I guess he was doing his own voiceovers with his own quotes. I don't know. I like it. I think it's cute. I think it's fun and it's personal.
Hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of cool to see people's personalities. So, hopefully, it's okay to just show this little image
I
here so
know.
you guys can watch on npcsports.com. So, yeah, his outfit seemed a little wacky. And I was kind of
I
surprised
know.
that he has this new hairdo also, because at first I was like, is that Ilya? It looks so
I
different.
know.
What do you think of his hair and costume since this is
He kind of
skating?
he kind of looks like no offense to anyone, like a lesbian golfer, sort of with that haircut. But I love it. But I love it. I love it. He's the most like handsome lesbian golfer ever. People were eating this costume up. They loved this costume. I think it's
What?
cool.
Who loves the costume?
Just online, I was reading the comments. People were like loving this. They think it's fierce. They think it's this and that. I'm like, okay, all right.
Uh, I think it's okay, but people were on Figure Skating Universe. They said it's still better than that blue diaper outfit he wore last season. And I was like, oh, that was so funny. You're right, because it did look weird, with those cutouts and illusion fabric mesh part of the pants and stuff. So it did look like a Smurf outfit slash diaper
Yeah,
unitard.
Papa Smurf in his geriatric years.
Oh, we're so mean, but it's because nobody watches us anyway,
I know.
right? So who cares if we say our opinion? Yeah. But anyway, getting back to Ilya, his
Yes.
athleticism is just unparalleled. I mean, just watching Cup of China, it's really impressive how much Mikhail Shadarov has improved. And Grassel, I never really liked
Oh,
Daniel Grassel because he's just so
yeah.
sloppy looking. It's like he doesn't care or there's something wrong with his weird technique, but somehow he gets some quads done. So he gets the points, and it's really impressive that he can do a quad loop. I think
Yes.
very few people do that. Yeah, but I
He
just
got
don't like watching Daniel though. Yeah.
Well, to me, it's the shirking of the shoulders. When he jumps, it just looks so uncomfortable. And I understand it's his technique, but he doesn't look relaxed. He looks very tight and just kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but I agree. Not necessarily my favorite. He kind of reminds me of Isabeau in the sense that I do not know what's going on in the air. It does not look like any jumps I've seen, but they land it and they do it. Daniel actually got a grade of execution of 2.25 on his quad loop at Cup of China. That
Oh,
was
good,
really high.
good, good. I
Yeah,
mean, he deserves it because,
he
you
does.
know, when I first started learning just a single loop, I was like, how the heck are people supposed to get up in the air? Because you don't get a toe pick jabbing in to propel you.
Okay,
It's,
Judy,
yeah,
you're a skater. Please tell me, how do you? Is it just pressure? Because it just looks
yes.
so
Yeah,
okay.
you have to really bend your knees and sink down into ice and press your toe pick and the ball
Hmm.
of your foot real hard to kind of spring yourself up while you're twisting
Ugh.
on the edge. But it's so hard. I've tried to do double loops and I couldn't barely I could barely get around and cheat a double loop on my best days like 25 years ago. so, so yeah, so the idea of someone doing a quad loop, it just like Ilya with his quad axle, it's like, how is that even possible? It's incredible. Yeah.
It's
Which
truly
again makes me feel like this is why we gotta watch live skating, because when you see it in
agree.
person, it's such a
Yes.
privilege. Yeah.
Well, Judy,
Yeah.
and going back to like we were talking off the air, I was telling you that I'm just not as motivated this season, which is so weird because it's Olympics. Now, do not get me wrong. I love skating. I will always be here for skating and I'm going to keep covering it. But I think
Mhm.
part of it is because in my mind, I don't have access to live skating this year. Like, there's really, unless I go to nationals, but I don't think I will. Um,
Mhm.
I'm not going to go to Prague for Worlds, or I did think
Yeah,
about
too
going
far.
to yes, I did think about going to the Olympics because it's my spouse and my 10-year anniversary that week,
Oh,
but
congratulations. Yeah.
thank you. But I was looking at tickets. It was like $1,600 for one ticket. I was like, no, I don't. No,
Oh,
I love
yeah.
skating, but not that much.
Yeah, plus then you're gonna have to scramble to try to find a decent place to live while
Yes,
you're there.
yes.
It's very expensive to go there. Yeah. And do you guys speak any European languages where you might feel,
Italiano.
huh?
Um,
No.
I speak Spanish like fairly well.
Oh,
My spouse speaks Korean, and then I don't know Italian though. Sometimes Italian sounds similar to Spanish. Like I can
yeah.
understand some of it, but sometimes it's a little different too, obviously. So,
Yeah. Yeah. We're
how about
just
you?
gonna watch from home. Yeah, I took Latin, 4 years of
Ooh,
Latin, so it's not very useful in the real world. So I kind of think that it's so much more useful to know Spanish these days.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe in
Yeah.
law though, law has a lot of legal terms, so or Latin
Yeah,
terms.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, so I really don't like traveling to watch skating if it's a
Yeah.
place where I'm totally unfamiliar, can't speak the language, because even going to Japan for a competition, it seemed a little scary. I was trying to learn Japanese before Worlds in 2020, but I couldn't
Mm,
even, was it 2020? No, I think it was before. I can't remember, but I was trying to learn Japanese, but then
so hard.
ultimately, yeah, I couldn't even get a ticket for Worlds because it was so competitive to try to win a ticket. So I'm
Oh
like,
my
forget it. Why they make it so hard to be a skate fan these days? You
Oh,
know,
speaking of, the crowd at Cup of China was lit. Like they were like loud. I don't know if it's like
Mhm.
maybe the microphones were on, like maybe we don't normally hear that, but I could like visit like audibly hear the crowd on the streams and it sounded kind of fun. Like it sounded like a fun competition.
Mhm. Yeah, they were throwing tons and tons of toys and gifts, especially for skaters like Bo Young Jin. So yeah,
Yes.
speaking of him, I think he did fairly well. He did well in the short program because he finally gave up trying to do a quad lutz like he used to. So
Yeah.
that was a good strategy because half the time he'd be splatting so hard on a quad lutz in a short, then he'd ruin his chances from the start. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll be likely to be the one to go to the Olympics. I really like Daiwei Dai, like a newer skater, but he didn't have a good
Yeah.
competition here. But I like his some of his artistry is quite beautiful.
Yeah.
Um, did you also hear they were like having prayer circles for Denis Vasilyevs? He is without a coach. Did you hear
What
about this?
happened? No, what
Oh,
happened?
so it's a big controversy. I don't think, and maybe if there's anyone watching who knows, but maybe they have better details. But I know that had something to do with the Latvian Federation either dropping him or something. Because people are like,
Um,
well, Stefan Lambiel would never drop him. Like he doesn't seem like the type of coach who would have a falling out with this student. But yeah, he's coachless. He went to Cup of China without a coach.
that is weird. So
Yeah.
you think it's just because the Federation wouldn't pay for him to train anymore?
That's what I'm thinking, and I mean, to be fair, Stefan has to make a living as well, and I'm sure it's expensive to go to all these competitions. So, yeah, I don't know that I don't know what happened exactly. I highly doubt it has to do with Stefan, but yeah, there was prayer circles online for Dennis.
That is so sad. I mean, he seemed to be finally, reaching his potential last season
Agree.
because he was consistently landing a quad. So that's just
Yes.
really sad to hear. And I don't know if you know the gossip, but like, was there something going on between Stefan and Dennis?
Oh, okay, Judy. I don't
Can
want to
we
be
talk
too like.
about this? I don't
Well,
know.
no, but I always got a weird vibe with him and what's the other uh uh Shoma Uno. I don't think there was anything. I don't think so. But I just always was like, it just seems, but then I was like, no, I'm just being too, you know what I mean? I'm like, no, he's just a kind, friendly coach. But I don't know. Who knows what goes on in these rinks, right?
Well, I mean, I remember this was years ago when Dennis was probably like a teenager or something, but I could have sworn that they were spotlighted in some sort of Japanese magazine where the two of them looked, kind of intimate, or, people were talking about how these pictures just looked kind of um, too romantic. Uh, but
Oh, interesting.
yeah, so maybe we need to do some sleuthing or Googling or something. But since it's in a Japanese
Yeah,
magazine, I don't know how
I
easy it
know.
would be to find it. Yeah, but people online were all gossiping about that and making all sorts of conjectures. But they were saying, hey, if Stefan wanted to put moves on me, I'd welcome them, because he was,
Oh my
or
goodness.
he still is hot looking, right? It's
Oh
not like
no.
he's some nasty old man, right?
No, no. He's very classy looking too, so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Um,
yeah, that's why it makes it seem even stranger that Dennis is no longer training with him because they seem to, have some sort of, you know, nice relationship. I don't know if it was romantic or not. Hmm.
yeah, but on the flip side though, if, those romantic relationships can go south very fast. So I'm
Yeah.
not saying this is it at all, but if they had some kind of falling out, it would make sense for him to leave, you know what I mean? Um, but anyway,
So,
neither here nor there. Maybe a statement will be released at some point. We shall see.
yeah, I hope he gets a coach. This is the most important
Yes,
time. You can't go through the Olympic season with no coach. Yeah, we saw
agree.
what happened with poor Michelle Kwan, you know.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
Um, Judy, the lavender shirt was back. I had to let you know. There's a new one. Did you
Oh
love the
yeah.
lavender?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah, Sean Sato. Well, good for
Did
Sean.
well.
He's finally getting the
Yes.
points that he deserves. And so what place did he come in? First? Did he
Yeah,
place
he won.
first?
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
okay. I'm getting so confused because there's like been so much going on with my family today. So,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, good for him because I felt like he was kind of underscored last season and
agreed.
he's doing these like quad lutzes and multiple
I
quad
know.
jumps. So he's trying to get up to Ilya's standard.
Quad
Yeah.
toe, triple toe as well. His one of his spins was level 4, so he's a really good skater. I really am liking him even more. And it started to grow last year. Just
Mhm.
seeing him live and everything. But yeah, he has been doing awesome, and I'm really proud of him because I thought for sure Mikhail would win, but the judges really hammered his jumps. He got a couple
Yeah.
fell on one, and he got a edge calls or unclear edge on his flips, which was interesting.
Yeah, that just seems really unfair. And I heard that his coach was pretty mad about that, how he didn't get full credit for his quad plots. So, they'll
Yeah,
just have to make sure there's no doubt about that. Yeah.
he's just
Let's see.
such a great skater, though.
Yeah. Mikkel definitely spices things up too because he does all these crazy hard combination jumps now. Very creative to try to get those points. Yeah, so once again, it's the same thing. It's like you can't even find Shun Sato's Cup of China stuff on YouTube
No,
so far. It's so
so
frustrating.
inaccessible.
Yeah. Yeah, that stinks. So I'll take this off the screen just so people can see him, but these are old competitions. Yeah, and Rachel, I totally agree. I wish they would have another competition there in New Orleans because it sounds like such a convenient all-in-one type of place to hold a competition. Did you go there, Kelly?
Yes, I agree, Rachel. New Orleans hotel was such a fun. It was so convenient. Like you could stay in the hotel, just walk right down. I'd see all the skaters. I said hi to Madison Hubble, and Zachary Don, or no, she was with her boyfriend, and I was like, you are so fierce" or something, and she just looked at me like I was a weirdo, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, bye." um, and I'd see
Yeah.
Brady walking through the Brady, by the way, is such a firecracker. Like
Yeah,
I
she's
think
done well so
yeah,
far.
well, in her persona, I feel like she got overlooked. I don't know, but I see Judy what happened to Ashley Wagner during the 2018 season. It's now happening to Brady. I think she's gonna go lights out. Well, Brady, I think, is trying harder than Ashley did during 2018. Sorry, no shade to Ashley, I love her.
Mhm.
But Brady, man, she's doing well. She got 221. It was a domestic competition, so I don't think that's really what she'd get. But I mean, I think she will be passed on for the Olympic team. And I feel like I don't think she officially announced her retirement, but I'm pretty sure this will be her last season,
Yeah, I
possibly.
think that's what people have said that this will be her last skating season because how old do you think she is? Like late 20s by now?
Yeah, I think she's like 26,
Oh,
27.
which is very old for skating years, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sadly.
Yeah. But, she's done well, especially was it several years ago? I think she broke her foot or she had some sort of pretty serious foot injury. So I thought that that was the end of her
Well,
career.
and that all started when she went to Tom Z, which I have no opinion on him, but I have heard a lot of people say just whatever they do, don't send them to Tom Z. And her injury started right after she started with him, and
Oh,
then she really never recovered until really like last season. Like she won a medal at 4CC.
oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's great that she's able to go to is it France where she trains now?
I think she was, and then now I heard she's in New Jersey. And
Oh,
it's kind of
okay.
weird, like it's just rumors, so but I heard that she lives with like a host family and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable that she's had such a long skating career. So good for her for still sticking it out after all these years and injuries
By
and stuff.
By the way, Judy, I know not your favorite discipline. The fact that
Yeah.
Diana Stellato is doing a backflip in her free skate. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah. I was so
Oh,
surprised. I was like, what the?
so
I've never
cool.
seen anyone do that.
It was
Gosh.
so cool. Like
Wow.
that, I loved it because it was partner assisted and it actually kind of like fit with the program. I don't know, I just thought it was really cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty amazing. So kudos to Deanna. She is such an inspiration to adult skaters, to see a 40
Yes.
something year old woman out there winning medals and doing not adult skating competitions, but full on regular competitive skating. It's incredible because usually you think that skaters usually quit by the time they're, say, like 25 or definitely late 20s, 30. Most
Do you
people
think
quit by then.
do you think it's just because it's such a grind? Like it's just and your body can't like almost like gymnastics or why do you think so many people do have to retire quote unquote early? And I agree it's early compared to other sports.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's just physically too painful. A lot of times, for example, Vincent Joe talked about so many injuries he had. He had constant knee problems and surgeries and had to take time off, and he thought about quitting. Um, and then I still remember Dice Murakami. He skated for the US first, and I think he was like novice champion or something, and then he switched to Japan. But I remember reading an article or something about him, and he said one day he woke up and his whole entire body just hurt like crazy. And he couldn't try quads anymore because his foot would hurt so much from all the repetitive, banging on his foot trying to land quads. So it just physically, it's just so hard on your body, especially if you're trying triples and quads and falling too. So a lot of
Goodness, and
injuries.
another one who comes to mind is Rika Kahira. It's almost like what could have been. Like,
Oh yeah.
man, people still lament about her, and it's true. And even
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna throw a name out here. I don't know if anyone knows Tessa Hong. Anyone remember her?
Yeah,
U.S. skater.
that name sounds familiar. Yeah, what
She
happened?
was she was kind of around the Gracie, like I think shortly after Gracie, she was a Frank Carroll student, and I believe
Mhm.
also succumbed to injury and just could never make it back. And she looked to have real promise. It's sad because there's so many careers like what could have been, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But because of injury or because like skating, because I hurt. Okay, so I'm older and stuff, but even when I just go skating like for fun at public sessions my feet really hurt. Now, granted, I use those horrible rental skates, but
Yeah. Mhm.
it hurts just skating. So imagine jumping and Diana flipping, and I just don't understand how. I mean, they train and train and train, so they're professionals and their bodies are ready for it. But at the same time, it is a question of what is too far. Even with the whole quad axle, and it's fun to see the limits pushed. But I do
Mhm.
think there should be a limit at some point, right? There's not going to be a six revolution jump any day, I hope.
Yeah, although you did hear Ilya talking about practicing
Yes,
quintuple jumps.
yes.
I'm like, what? Are you trying to like kill everybody? Everybody's gonna want to have to attempt quad or quintuple jumps now. Oh,
Honestly, like
yeah.
I feel like it would like boggle my mind seeing it. Like I can't even like picture it because quads already look so frantic and they're so quick. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, and I wonder if it could have adverse effects on your brain too, because your brain is being like jostled around so quickly
Literally,
inside your
yes.
skull. That can't be healthy.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because even remember Lucinda Rue, who had the best spins, and she wrote a book which was I didn't read it, but I heard about it. And it sounded really depressing, where she said she would have like headaches or some sort of residual side effects from spinning so much. So it wasn't good
so
for her health, even though she was good at it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy because like well back in the day I could go on any roller coaster, whatever, I would not get sick. But spinning makes like especially those ones like the scrambler where it would like you're like in a seat and it's just spinning and spinning and spinning. That makes me sick. So
Yeah.
yeah, I do think
Yeah.
it can have an adverse effect for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, and
Um
speaking hey, I don't do you feel like talking about the Shibutanis? Because I feel
yes,
like this is big
yes,
news. Well, lo and
yes,
behold, somebody put it on YouTube, so should
yes.
we push the limits and see if we can play some of it?
I'm yes, and then anyone listening, I would just say like slightly trigger warning because like yes, I almost did a whole video on it, but I deleted it. I was like, no, but I agree. I think it's important, and so yes, if you want to show a bit, I'm cool with that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and thank you guys in the chat. We were just surprised that people actually want to listen to us,
Yes.
you
Hi
know.
everyone.
Thank you
I'm so
guys.
happy
Thank
you're
you.
here.
Yeah. Oh, I loved Jeremy Abbott. I still remember seeing him in person when he won the junior championships at
Wow.
US Nationals, and everyone was talking about him because he was the only junior boy who was doing triple axels back then, and he had such a huge triple axel that sailed across the rink, and I was so impressed. So I definitely followed his career, and I'm not sure what he's doing now. Maybe he's
Um
coaching or something.
he choreographs, I believe. Oh my goodness, he does skating shows with Gracie Gold. Or not shows, they do like they do skating
Seminars.
clinics. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, I loved watching him. He was so good back in his day. Yeah, thank you, Natalie. Thank you, guys. Yeah, of course, people want to talk about Dan Markel and stuff, but this is on our skating channel, so we'll focus on skating. Yeah, thank you, Rob, and thanks, True Crime Wifey and Natalie, for being here. Okay, so let's play this, and if we get into any trouble, we'll probably have to edit it out from our videos later, but
Sounds good.
okay. Okay. And I've only seen a little snippet. I didn't even watch the whole thing. So this will be my first time watching the whole thing.
Okay, so I know that this is cultural, but it feels so deeply misogynistic to me that Maya stands.
By the way, so the person talking, isn't that Dave Lease?
It sounds like him. Yeah.
Yeah, because from what people said online, they said that there was this live streaming, what's it called? Live barn or something. There's some sort of live streaming surface at the rink that live streams the rink. And most of the time, nobody bothers to watch. But somehow Dave Lease was watching and he recorded this. So,
Well,
thanks to him for showing this to us because lots of people were so disturbed by it. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Back as he figures out everything.
2006, 2007, Michigan 2008. We spent years talking about this. It's not just for standing on 2 feet in front of the mirror, it's for skating.
Ooh.
Point out everything I demonstrated, but I'm just trying to freaking help you that I'm not doing it the right way. Yeah, focus on that. Sure. That's not the thing, Maya.
Can you pause it really quick? I'm sorry. But this is my thing, okay, Alex Chibutani, you wouldn't have a medal without Maya. And she wouldn't have one without him. So it's like I don't know. It just this really, but we'll keep going. But also there was conversation about the lady on the side of the boards. Some people are saying they think that's their mom
Yeah,
or
it's
maybe
their
their
mom.
coach. It is
No,
their mom.
everybody said that's their mom. So
Oh
that's
wow,
why people were even more disturbed because she didn't do anything really. So they're like,
she's
so
used to
this
it.
has probably been going on for many years where he
Yeah,
just like acts like some childish tyrant and insults
right.
his sister. Yeah.
We can
While
watch a
while
little
they're
more.
all like,
Also,
okay.
Also, at the we don't have to watch the whole thing, but if you want to also do the very end, they show their program. It was actually very nice. So anyway,
Oh, okay. So how much do you want me to show? Like,
maybe go maybe go to like the middle, and then we'll go to the end. I think he gets
okay.
a little crazy at the middle too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If you don't want to be here, if you don't like the way I'm talking to you, leave. If you didn't want to skate today, then don't come. But if you're here, don't be a jackass. I don't need to see you watch me do the rocker and then you like that. Be a fucking champion. Maya, I have no patience anymore, Maya. I can't kindly talk to you and game plan in the car and then talk to you about this stuff in preparation, and then as soon as you have to do it, you decide not to. I'm doing everything I fucking can to explain to you how you can do it right. How we can be in sync and get through a run through. Because why should I compromise and just try to match how you're skating so that I also don't get the level? So that I also struggle? I'm going to be the reason why we're going to be able to get through it. I'm not hurt yet. I don't just get like this, though. You see the progression. She's not listening. And then she questions every single thing I say. You don't have the right to question. You don't know. We've been talking about the same shit for weeks, for months.
Oh, so the rocker technique is the same?
Maya, it's always...
Why do you not just change it from corner, fucking 1 to 4 to which way?
Maya, you are an idiot. It has nothing to do with corners. It's basic textbook technique.
But you do the same every time. Yeah, there's no variation.
Maya, if you knew...
Why did you tell me I'm going to twizzle to go diagonal here? When you do it, it's horizontal here. And okay, fine.
Maya, if that's how you think skating works, if you think it's like following and building out an IKEA piece of furniture, you're wrong.
It's textbook technique. That's what you just fucking said.
Yes, it's textbook technique. Textbook technique is different from instructions that go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, because I'm pretty sure you're the only fucking person in the whole world that never heard of 1, 2, 3.
Because I'm training to be a compass. You have no awareness, Maya. You don't know how to pick up a section in the same spot at the same speed.
So it's basically just
So I'm
the
trying to say,
yeah. He just goes on, and then at some points he'll skate away and kind of show her, and it's all this. But I mean, you heard him. He called her an idiot. He called her the B word, and it's just like I don't know. The comments online were very divided. Some people in the skating community were like, "Oh, this is totally normal. They're just they're just having an intense disagreement." But other people were like, "Yeah, but we shouldn't be used to this type of behavior." And I'm more on that side. I understand you may raise your voice at times, or I like that Maya finally stood up to him. Even she said the F word, but she wasn't calling him names. To me, she's more like defending herself. And I
Yeah.
don't know. I just honestly I don't support them anymore. And I know that's kind of like maybe that's too much, but I don't support this.
Yeah. I agree. It totally mars your feelings towards them as athletes too, because I still remember back in the days of Michelle Kwan's heyday, say like 20 plus years ago, there was this gentleman named Leon who was very active in the skating community around Delaware. And he was raving about the Shibutanis when they were cute little kids that were just starting to do ice dance. And I'm like, who are these people? I've never heard of these kids. Yeah, whatever, like, because there's always going to be up and coming little kids. But then sure enough, the Shibutanis started, working their way up in the system. And I remember I was at nationals. It was probably Atlanta, maybe. Would you say 2003-ish? Or yeah, it was quite a while ago. But I saw Alex Shibutani coming by back and forth because he was interning for the US figure skating publicity media relations person. So she was tagging along, or
Nice.
he was tagging along with her, and he was like this cute little boy with glasses on and stuff. So I always liked watching them because they seemed like this nice, cute brother sister, wholesome duo that worked hard and they looked good skating. So this is just kind of sad to see him going on, and she sounds like she is sort of crying when she's talking to
Yes.
him. Yeah,
Yes.
and by the way, she's a cancer survivor too.
I know. That
Yeah,
was the other part where I'm like, it was possible she wouldn't even be here today. Like, just
mhm,
enjoy this process. It really brings to light to me what is the motivation behind this. Same thing with Cizeron and the new partner he has, and
yeah,
Shui and Han. I kind of get because Chinese pairs have been kind of suffering, but it's kind of
yeah,
like to me, why are they coming back if you're just gonna argue and call your sister names? Like, I don't know. It made me feel bad for her, and I don't know. I just didn't like it.
yeah. And from a technical standpoint, I'm not as into ice dancing, so what do I know? But people online said that the Shibutanis didn't look as competitive. Um, and they don't seem to be doing any competitions this fall. Have you heard
Well,
that?
they're gonna be at NHK though. I think they have
Really?
two Grand
Oh,
Prix. Yeah,
oh, I
yeah.
didn't know that. Okay, well, good. So at least they do have competitions coming up, but it just totally sours you on watching
Yes.
them, especially since I did hear the rumor that his ex-girlfriend was saying bad things about him
Yeah,
on TikTok or something, saying that he was very narcissistic and emotionally abusive towards her.
that's sad. That's
Hmm.
sad. I mean, who knows, right? And even just, I can take this video with a grain of salt, but I mean, this is him. This you can't state that he didn't do this. He did. It's on video. Now, is he like this all the time? I don't know, but I guess just in the context of their career, now I will think of this now, and it's like
Hmm.
I don't know. I just hope that other teams don't think that this is normal because I don't
Yeah,
believe it has to be like this. I think you can
yeah.
still be passionate and love your skating and want to get it right and not like demean your partner.
Yeah, like cursing at your partner and calling her an effing B, like
Yeah,
and
like that's just so
acting like
foul.
yeah, like acting like he's the one that's like doing everything perfectly
Oh,
and leading the team and it's all her fault, you know? Yeah,
uh,
geez.
well,
So you said I should go down toward the end where they
yeah.
actually
If you want to see a quick snippet, I think it's like the very end.
okay,
You'll
so
see them. They'll start at
maybe
the left side of the screen or the left side of the rink.
oh, okay, let's just pick a spot
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Okay, so I know that this
So I thought that was fun. I like the because the rhythm dances are all 90s this year, and I don't think enough people went this hip hop route, which I thought would be more fun. I guess though there's something about the beat that has so like I noticed all the rhythm dances are very it's like a lot of Madonna and stuff, which I'm not as big on. But I heard it's because the BPMs, like the beat per minute, has to be a certain rate, and it's harder to get hip hop, I guess, with that beat. People will probably know better than I, but
Mhm.
I actually thought that was quite fun. And I mean, for all of Alex's ranting and raving, she looked pretty good to me. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that looked fun. I mean, it's really
Yeah,
hard to be in sync with another person while you're skating and trying
right.
to have lots of speed too. So
Yes.
that I mean, they look good there in that clip. Let's see how they do at NHK. Yeah,
Hmm.
but I sure hope that this uproar makes him behave better, or who knows, maybe
Yes.
they would request that live barn be turned off whenever they train.
I could see that
Yeah.
happening too. Yeah. Live Bard will maybe no longer exist or something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I, Judy, if you wanted to, I also wanted to go over some of the women skaters as well.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Sure. What's your thoughts on them?
well, okay, so the top scorer of the season, I don't know if either one of us really called it. Ami Nakai,
Oh yeah.
227 at Grand Prix of France. Like, whoa.
Yeah. That was
And
amazing. I had no idea like she could jump so well. And it's just shows you how competitive these skaters are this season. Like she just came out of juniors and beat all these veterans. Yeah, poor Kaori Sakamoto. It seems like her big reign has stopped.
yeah, Cowrie, though, I will say I see the fire in her even more this season. And I've read her interviews. Like, she is going for gold. She doesn't want silver. I mean, I'm sure she'll be
Yeah.
happy and fun and friendly for silver or bronze, but she wants gold. But I just
Mhm,
feel like with Adelia coming and now Ami, we know that what's her name? Monet Chiba can get up there and scoring. Rion
mhm.
Sumiyoshi, I just don't know that. I don't. It's not going to be a crowning for Kaori. She's going to have to really earn it, which as they all should. So that'll be interesting.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I was so surprised that Ami came out and just like gangbusters won the gold. And then of course there's that Rinka Watanabe. She landed a pretty beautiful triple axel too in a short program at Cup of China. So there's so many remarkable skaters and of course Amber and Alyssa too. So it's gonna be a big
Speaking
surprise. Yeah, have you watched much of is her name Petrosian, the
Adelia,
Russian
yeah,
skater? Yeah,
I watched the qualifying competition. There were a lot of comments that she was actually getting called on her jumps, like she wasn't getting perfect grades of execution and all this and that. I think she got around 214 or 212,
mhm.
so definitely beatable. But I know that she'll be jumping quads at the Olympics. She didn't do a quad, and she does a
Oh,
toe, and I think she does a triple axel as well.
wow. Yeah, it's incredible. Who thought that the level of competition would be so rigorous now? Yeah. So, it could be a total surprise. Remember all those Olympics where, for example, Adelina Sotnikova? I wonder
Yes.
whatever happened to her. Did she just skate in some shows or something? She just came out of the blue and won the Olympics.
She performed, I think, the next year. She did perform competitively, and then I
Oh,
think she retired because of injury and did like more show skating and stuff.
yeah.
I liked her program. I remember she did, I think it was a Celine Dion song the next season. She had a black dress and like a literal red heart on the dress. And I actually thought it stuck. I remember it. I did not like her actual winning program, though, the weird
Oh,
violin music. And I don't know, it was kind of jarring, but yeah,
mhm.
she kind of disappeared after that.
Yeah. So it could be some sort of big surprise. You never know what happens during the Olympics. Like, remember that year that was it 2018 when Nathan Chen just like totally
He
bombed
bombed.
the program? It's like, what?
Yeah.
happened. Nathan was so consistent, and luckily he bounced back after 4 years. But boy, that was a shocker that he did so poorly in a short program.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember reading up to the 2022 Olympics, he was very, very focused, and I was reading online, who knows how true it is, that he he was like almost moody because he was so focused on not repeating what happened in 2018. But I'm
Yeah.
sure though it was very motivating for him in a sense too. But that was kind of the COVID area, so I remember there were almost nobody in the stands, which that'd be kind of sad, for your Olympic moment. I understand why, but it would be a little sad.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, he's moved on to bigger and better things. I hope he gets into medical school. So,
Yes,
but yeah, I
and
would love to do one of his seminars someday, but it's always in some far away state. And I
that would
don't
be
think
so
it's
cool.
focused on adults anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Um,
Nathan finally got his gold. So,
One other
yeah.
woman we need to talk about too is Alyssa Liu. Um,
Uh-huh.
did you hear about well, I won't go into too much detail, but the controversy with her short program?
Yeah, yeah, that the music had to
Sad.
be changed because that singer or
Yeah.
rapper or whatever, is now accused of
Mhm.
murder. Gosh,
Yes.
how awful. Yeah.
Yeah. So Alyssa did her old short program, last season's short program and long program. I read that she will have a new short program and that they're going to rework the Lady Gaga one. What did you watch that one? What did you think of her Lady Gaga?
Yeah, I thought it was horrible. Oh my gosh. The Lady Gaga program, the only part I liked was the last part when it was Bad Romance. But the first 2 songs, like I wasn't as familiar with them. And I was like, what is this? It does not sound like Olympic skate quality music. And if I don't like it, I don't think those judges would like it either because the judges are even older than I am. So yeah, and the outfit looked kind of weird. I mean, I can understand it was a Lady Gaga program, but the whole thing just seemed too gimmicky and strange. So I'm kind of glad that at this competition she went back to her Donna Summer oldies program with that beautiful gold dress. It definitely looks more Olympic quality. Yeah.
Yeah. Do
What do you
you
think?
do you do you- I don't know. I'm torn because I love her short program. I love the free program. There was a lot of chatter online that people are disappointed that so many skaters are reusing programs, but I think
Mhm.
that's normal. A lot of skaters will go to a program that they really liked that quad and bring it back for the Olympics, especially if they had success with it. So
Yeah.
I'm okay either way. I agree with you. I did not like the cuts of music in the Lady Gaga, but I
Mhm.
saw where they were going. I liked the costume. I thought it was interesting. Um, but yeah, we'll have to see what she decides. I don't think it's good though that she does like she might have a plan. I think she's a very opinionated and strong person, other than skater, but I don't know that this bodes well for her full season. I can't see how this will play to the judges, like
Mhm.
constantly switching her programs. I don't know.
Mm. As long as she does it well, I was really impressed that she's been doing the triple Lutz triple loop combo because that's so hard. And it's also hard to get full credit for the loop part too. So,
It was so
yeah.
beautiful, so
Uh-huh.
beautiful.
Yeah, when she lands it, it's like, "Oh my gosh," it's like just
It
like
was gorgeous.
whirling in the air, and, anytime someone does a really great loop jump,
Oh,
I'm so impressed.
okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of Judy, I don't know if you want to segue, but you are
Oh,
a silver medalist.
no, I'm not.
Congratulations. Aren't
No,
you?
no,
I thought you got
you
silver.
got it all wrong. See, there's nothing to congratulate me about because
What?
I only came in 8th place out of 10 people in my group
Oh, I thought you
because,
got
you know
silver.
No, no, because
I'm
my
sorry.
level is silver. Okay, because they have
Oh,
pre-bronze, bronze,
my
silver, and
goodness.
gold, and masters
Oh,
for adults. So that's the confusion. No, this time I did not even get a medal because this was like the most competitive adult
no.
skating competition I've ever been in. So they
Ooh.
had skaters from Canada and skaters from different European countries. There was someone from South Korea who came. And
Wow.
so, yeah, it was a very well-run competition up near DC in Alexandria, Virginia. And the rink was like one of the most beautiful rinks I have ever been to
Gorgeous.
because it's very modern, newly renovated with lots of natural sunlight from
Yeah.
windows. So this is just one of the rinks. They had a separate huge rink for practice. No, actually, they did have practice at this rink too, but this was the competition rink also. Yeah. So anyway, it was a good experience. But what I learned is that those international judges are so tough. So they didn't give me any points for my last Lutz attempt because the problem was I must have just did the edge incorrectly. So I had an inside edge instead of
Uh-oh.
outside edge.
Edge
So
call.
so therefore, they're like, you did 3 flip jumps, which is against the rules. So you get 0 points for a repeated jump. So I was
Oh
like, oh,
no.
I should have just done an easier Salchow or even
Yeah.
a toe loop. You know, I could have gotten more points than for a lousy flut. And then they gave me 0 points for my final sit spin, which I was very proud of. But with these
Oh.
new synthetic wrist sport stock boots, it's
Mm.
really stiff. So it's very hard for me to bend down more to do the sit spin and get low because
Oh.
normally the sit spin is like one of my best spins, but because of these crappy, stiff synthetic boots that I just got, I mean, yeah, so that's the only thing I could think of. And my coach and I went over it, the scoring. So they gave me 0 points for the final spin, even though I got tons of rotations on it, revolutions. So
Yeah, that stinks. I
yeah.
loved your ending pose too, by the way.
Oh, the big split at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
So
amazing. I was like,
yeah,
what?
this is this is just like the first group because they divided us up into 2 groups with a
Mhm.
warm up in between the 2 groups. So there I am. Yeah, this is my dress from eBay.
Oh,
Uh,
that's cool.
yeah. So that's the spin I got no points for. It was a sit spin into an upright with a nice little split there. Ta-da! This doesn't have it doesn't have music on it because once again, due to
Oh,
copyright issues, they did give us a professional video of the competition, but no music was included. Yeah.
yours it was the way we were, right? Or was
Yes,
it a different
yeah.
song?
So you
Yeah.
can imagine, skating
I
to,
love that song.
memories like the corners of my mind, misty watercolor memories. Thank you guys. I mean, it's kind of funny that, adults get totally into this. Everybody
Yeah,
was totally blinged out to the max with their custom costumes. And you could
that's so
tell
cool.
some people were very intense. They probably skate every single day and have multiple private lessons weekly and
Yeah.
choreographers and trainers and stuff. I mean, I work and I have kids. So,
Yeah.
I guess once the kids finally grow up, if I still am in decent shape to keep skating, I'll keep doing it more.
You should.
Yeah. Thank
Um,
you, Robin. Thank you.
Judy, what did preparation look like for this competition? Because I think you were preparing for a few months, right?
Yes, yes. So the last couple of months, I was trying to skate almost every single day. And then at night, I would get on the elliptical machine that I have at home
Nice.
and just kind of go all
Yeah,
out using the elliptical for at least 3 to 5.5 minutes straight, because the
nice.
program, it can be up to like 2 minutes and 20 seconds or something for the silver level. And when I used to practice it, I was totally out of breath and exhausted towards the end. So I was like, shoot, I need to work on cardio. So it was really good to motivate me to skate and exercise and eat better and watch my diet and stuff. So, I encourage it. It's sort of like if you sign up for even a 5K race, it motivates you because you don't want to look totally horrible when it comes to your competition, right? So
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, do you ever like do some sort of athletic competitions?
Does walking to the fridge count? Like, is that competitive?
What do you
Is
do
it
for
competitive?
exercise? What do you do? I mean, because
Um,
so you actually don't have interest in taking skating lessons, but you loved watching skating?
no, I did, and I did take learn to skate lessons, but again, like, so I took them as a child, but I didn't stick with it, and then I took them as a middle-aged adult, and I loved it, but I was honestly just too scared of falling because at that time I had a job where I did need to walk a lot. Um,
Mhm.
Now I sit more, so I could maybe do it, but for exercise, I just really love walking. I like yoga and things like that, but um, yeah, I would say that no, I'm not interested in personally, doing a competition, but I love how you do it, and I love how you can be a part of it in that way because I feel like I would grow to love skating even more if I knew how to actually do the moves. I can call most moves. I know most of the moves, but yeah, no. Not, probably not no, no adult competitions. I would go. I'll support you. I will go with my little sign that says Judy, you're the winner in our heart, regardless of
Oh,
placement.
oh, or make me a fake medal. Do you
Yeah.
remember like when Michelle Kwan couldn't win an Olympic gold medal? Some of her fans wanted to make her like a fake gold medal somehow.
I didn't know
In
that.
fact, they probably did do it. Yeah, because there
For
was a
Michelle.
website. Yeah, there was that Michelle Kwan forum where
Oh.
her Uber fans would gather and they would talk about getting to talk with her at certain events and just totally fawning over her like rabid stalkers sort of. Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
but so anyway, one day if there's some adult competition near you, then maybe we'll meet up there. Yeah. But
yeah.
I do plan to compete in Atlanta for nationals next April. So
Oh,
that's
fun.
that's my next thing. So once again, it's good because it'll motivate me to train more and keep
Yes.
practicing. And I almost feel like attempting axles again, which I haven't
Yes.
done. Yeah, I don't think I've done one since before COVID. Yeah, and I'm
Well,
older now, older and heavier. So
well, if Diana Stellato can do a backflip, Judy, we could do
yeah,
most anything, right?
that's right.
That's
If
awesome.
Diana Stellato, she's such an inspiration. So
She
yeah,
is.
she can do triple toes and do all those dangerous lifts and stuff, then heck, I can try to do an axle. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep your programs for nationals?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
because usually the season is from fall until the following spring. So yeah, but
Hmm.
I don't think I'm going to compete in other stuff because it's just too much travel and time
Yeah.
from
Time.
work and family and expense and stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, for example, they do have Eastern sectionals in Pennsylvania the first week in March, but
Okay.
it's not mandatory if you just want to compete in the what do you call it, non-championship
Hmm.
category. So I don't think I have to go to that because driving up to Pennsylvania when it could still be snowing, that doesn't
Oh, no, thank
sound
you.
fun. Yeah, not worth
No.
it. I have kids, it totally limits me. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, how do you feel, Judy? So we're kind of midway through the Grand Prix. What are you excited for the rest of the season?
Mm. Well, I do still need to watch um Sui Han at Cup of China,
Yes.
but I was so excited to see them, and their short program was pretty good. I mean, the big mistake was that she fell on her triple toe attempt, but good for them for being willing to come back to competition after everyone thought they were retired for good
I
because
know.
they kept getting injured. Both of them had so many like broken bones, or he had shoulder problems, right? Didn't he have tons of back
Yes.
problems? Yeah, so I'm like,
Yes.
what? Why is he back? This looks painful. I'm scared for him. When he's lifting her, I was like, wow, he is so strong because he's not that
I
tall.
know. Right.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see whether Tomoki can ride this
Yes.
wave and maybe make it to the Olympics. Oh, and on that note, did you hear that Camden Polkinghun is injured?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's why he withdrew from Cup of China. So
Oh, that's
that's
right.
very sad. Yeah, because I was hoping that he could also potentially challenge to make the team.
Well,
So,
I remember too, I believe he
yeah.
was working full time. So like
Yeah.
good for him for being able to manage so many like high performance skating and working. I can't even imagine. Um, but
Mhm.
yeah, that's very sad. I wonder if he'll be out for the rest of the season or maybe it's temporary, you know?
Yeah, hopefully it's temporary because I think on his social media post it was still kind of optimistic. So who knows what's really happening. But he's been through a lot though, a lot of up and downs and stuff, and everybody was always hoping someday he would pull it together. And he did seem to have a more consistent quad toe. Although I guess last season wasn't that great. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
very
anyway,
inconsistent.
yeah, but I was so happy, of course, to see Maxim Naumov at Skate
Oh yeah.
America.
We didn't talk
Yeah,
about him. Yes.
he's such a beautiful skater. I love watching him too. So always cheer
Me
him
too.
on as well.
Yes. And I'm
Yeah.
glad the crowd really seemed behind him. I think he was at Grand Prix de France as well.
Yes.
Um, and the
Mhm.
crowd seemed really behind him and supportive. And I just hope and pray that he has a strong support system. I heard that he is taking his parents' spot like in his coaching now as well, maybe on the side more.
Yeah.
But he's just such an inspiring person because I can't imagine losing your both of your family members in such a tragic way and still continue on. Like, I don't think that would be me. I think I'd be a mess. So it's just
Yeah.
very, very inspiring. And I would love if he gets that third spot. I don't think the way he's skating now he will.
Yeah.
But who knows? Crazier things have happened. I'm gonna hope he makes it. I would love to see him get it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many favorites that we have that you wish there could be more spots for the
I know.
Olympics. But even if he gets like four continents or worlds after Olympics or something, that'll still be great. Yeah.
Oh, exactly. And yeah, hopefully his season won't be over, just at nationals. So yeah, I agree. At least hopefully he'll get something. And I think he will.
Yeah. Yeah. And oh, we didn't talk about Adam. Adam saw him
Oh
Fox. I
goodness.
was like,
Oh my
wait,
goodness.
he's so like
The spray paint abs.
unpredictable. Yeah, yeah, I know. It looked like
Oh,
one of my costumes where the little boys pretend to have muscles for their Halloween costume. That was
oh,
weird.
he's a Roman emperor now or something. He's the Da Vinci come to life. I'm just like,
Yeah,
who is this guy? Oh my goodness. He's so like silly. I can't like take him seriously. I don't
yeah.
know.
Well, I mean, it is impressive that he always rallies back because he can do the quads and stuff, but he's just kind of a sloppy skater overall. So, in
Yeah.
terms of enjoyability, I would much rather watch Ilya or Jason Brown than Adam. Adam's exciting but sloppy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree. If and when he puts it together, it is exciting. But I think he gets distracted or something because he just seems, I don't know, it's very up and down. You never know which Adam you're gonna get, and that could even be in the same performance. So
Mhm.
he can be, start off well and then it goes sour or just any which way. So He's so fun, and then I do like how his short and long, they kind of complement each other. They're both kind of a Roman type theme, I kind of feel. Um,
Oh, because of
so
the Olympics in Italy.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
it was cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Well, do you want to wrap things up because we've lasted
sure.
well over an hour? So,
Yes. Thank you
yeah,
so much. I hope, Judy, we can do another one maybe after Skate America or
sure.
whenever you're free. I think it'd be fun to share our thoughts again later, but this was so
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We just love
Yes.
talking about skating. Oh, Adam's program is biblical. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay,
I
there
guess
we
I
go.
should research that. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
guys for being here. Hope you guys have a good weekend, okay? And I hope you get well soon also.
Thank you. All right. Bye,
Okay.
guys.
Thank you. Take care. Thanks.